Hello friends, welcome to the Fundamental Pharmacy. All GPAT, NIPER, Drug Inspector, Government Pharmacist, Aspirants. So today we are going to discuss Cracker MCQ series part 8. And friends, this video is going to be very useful, knowledge oriented and must watch video for you in the view of upcoming GPAT 2021 exam. Okay, so you can expect a few questions from this video. So it's my request to you, please watch complete video. If you think the content of video is very good and unique, then please hit the like to the video, share this video with your friends, and please subscribe the channel. If you are not subscribed our channel, please first go and subscribe it, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that whenever I will upload a new video in our channel, you will get an instant notification of that. Okay, let's start the सेशन। फंडामेंटल फार्मेसी के इस वीडियो लेक्चर में आप सबों का स्वागत है। आज हम जानने वाले हैं कि क्रैकर एमसीक्यू सीरीज का पार्ट 8। सो व्हाट इज योर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन? योर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज हेकल प्लॉट विल गिव यू आइडिया अबाउट। देयर इज वन प्लॉट नोन एज हेकल प्लॉट and Haeckel plot will give you idea about. Your options are compression force and volume, option B granulation, option C mixing, option D drying. So out of this question your correct answer is option A. I will explain how option A is the correct answer. Okay, so what is meant by Haeckel's plot? You should know what is meant by Haeckel's plot, and this question is very important as far as your GPAT as well as NIPER is concerned. Okay, so most of the time they used to ask this question in NIPER exam as well as GPAT exam. Okay, so what do you mean by Haeckel's plot? So Haeckel's plot is nothing but the plot that is a density versus applied pressure. Okay, it is a plot of density of powder versus applied pressure. Okay, then this Haeckel plot is related with compression force, or you can call it as a compaction. It is related with compression force. So there will be a deformation of your powder particles or powder when it will undergo the compression force. Okay, there will be a deformation to the powder. Okay, so whenever you will apply a force that is known as a compression force, there will be a deformation and change in the volume. Okay, so Haeckel's plot is related with compression force and volume. Okay, this Haeckel's plot follow first order kinetics, remember. Okay, then as a porosity increases, compression force also increase. Okay, as the porosity of powder will increase, the required force for compression, required force for that compaction will also increase. Okay, that is those both compaction force and porosity, they are directly proportional. Okay, then thus Haeckel plot allows the interpretation of mechanism of bond formation. What is meant by compression? What is the mechanism involved in the compression? That means there is a formation of bonding between two particles. Haeckel plot will give you idea about the mechanism and interpretation of bonding, interparticular bonding. Okay, so material that are comparatively soft, that are ready to undergo plastic deformation. So those kind of material which are very soft, and if you are trying to compress them, they will undergo plastic deformation and they will retain a different degree of porosity depending upon the initial packing in the die. Okay, so compression force and volume. Haeckel's plot will give you idea about the compression force and volume. Okay, so they might ask you question little bit by twisting and turning. They can ask you question like that. Haeckel's plot is related with then compression, then granulation, mixing, drying, or compaction, granulation, mixing and drying. So the correct answer of this question is compression force and volume. ठीक है, Haeckel's plot आपका compression force and volume के it will give idea about the compression force and volume. Okay, ठीक है. So granulation, what is granulation? Granulation is nothing but it is again to hold the powder together. Okay, to hold the mixture of powder together and to make a granule so that you can compress them. Okay, because as it is powder is not compressed. Okay, because that also depends on the property of that powder. If that powder is directly compressible, you can compress that, but most of the time of the drugs and additives, they are not directly compressible. In that case you have to make a granulation. Again, there are three types of granulation. Okay, so dry granulation, then wet granulation and direct compression. Okay, so in case of dry granulation, रिमेंबर आपका दूसरा दूसरा या तीसरा क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे कवर हो रहा है. ओके, सो इन केस ऑफ ड्राई ग्रेनुलेशन you have to compress the powder, you have to make the sludge, okay, so you have to pass the powder between roller mills and you will get a sludge, various size sludge. Then this sludge again you have to subject to the planetary mixer, and then you will get a granules, and then you have to classify the granules using various screens like 10 mesh, 40 mesh, whatever you want. This process of dry granulation involves the formation of sludge. Okay, so sludging occurs in the dry granulation. Okay, here third question is covered. Okay, now fourth question, in case of wet granulation you have to use a granulating agent, a binder. Okay, then you have to uniformly mix it and then you can do granulation. The size of granules depends on the screen. Okay, this is a granulation. Okay, in case of mixing, again that is a unit operation. Mixing is a unit operation. Again here you should know type of mix, positive mixer, what are the positive mixtures, what are the negative mixtures, you should remember here. Then again drying, in case of drying, that is also one of the unit operation. Okay, so drying is nothing but the removal of excess of water present in the, removal of moisture present in your, so for that various type of dryers are used. There is a theory behind drying. What do you mean by microscopic, deliquescent substances? You should know these things. So here also again 2 or 3 questions will be covered. If you, so Haeckel's plot ultimately gives idea about the compression force and volume. Okay, then we'll take a next question. अगला क्वेश्चन क्या है आपका? Crushing strength. Crushing strength of tablet is also known as, crushing strength of tablet is also known as. So what do you mean by crushing strength? Your options are option A friability, option B hardness, option C brittle index, option D none of the above. So crushing strength of tablet is also called as, here in this case your option B is the correct answer. So crushing hardness is also called as crushing strength. Okay, hardness is also called as a crushing strength. Now what is hardness? Tablet hardness, the force required. What is tablet hardness? The force required to break the tablet along with its dimension by applying a compression or loading. That is nothing but the tablet hardness. Okay, so why there is need to do hardness test in case of tablet? So tablet must have proper strength in order to handle the tablet subsequently. Okay, after manufacturing. So that's why a tablet should have proper strength, and that is nothing but the hardness. Okay, again second question will be covered here. So hardness is a function of what? Tablet hardness is a function of 2 things. First one is your binder, concentration of binder. So hardness will also depend on the concentration of binder. Second thing, hardness will also depends on the compression force. Okay, so hardness is a function of 2 things. That is, first one is compression force, second one is a concentration of binder. Okay, again you should know why there is a need of hardness. Okay, why there is a need of tablet require a certain amount of strength or hardness and resistance to the friability, withstand with mechanical shock of the handling during manufacturing or after manufacturing, that is in the packaging and shipping. Okay, so tablet needs certain kind of strength, certain kind of cohesive force, certain kind of resistance to withstand mechanical shock. Okay, अगर आपने टैबलेट बना लिया, टैबलेट बाद में बनाने के बाद उसको बाहर मार्केट में भी जाना है, उसको पैकिंग करना है, पैकिंग करते समय मशीन में उसको ड्रॉप भी करना है पैकिंग में, तो उस टाइम पे वो ब्रेक नहीं होना चाहिए ना. सो दैट्स व्हाई टैबलेट नीड अ सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ हार्डनेस, एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड एज टैबलेट हार्डनेस, एंड दिस टैबलेट हार्डनेस इज आल्सो नोन एज crushing strength. Okay, so tablet should not be too much brittle, it should not be too much hard. So if it is a too much brittle, then it will break anywhere. ठीक है, आपने देखा होगा कभी स्ट्रिप में क्या होता है कि टैबलेट के 2 टुकड़े होते हैं. क्यों होते हैं? बिकॉज दैट टैबलेट डज नॉट हैव प्रॉपर हार्डनेस. ओके, और कभी कभी क्या होता है कि ऐसा भी नहीं चाहिए कि आपको, you should not have, your tablet should not have too much hardness. Okay, if it is too hard, it will not break in the stomach. Okay, so again that is also disadvantage. So there should be a proper hardness of tablet. It should not be too brittle, it should not be too hard, it should not be too brittle, too hard that it should not break in the stomach. Okay, is that clear about the hardness? At least 2 or 3 questions will be covered in the hardness. Okay, again, there are, to check the hardness, there are different kind of hardness testers. So what are these? What are those hardness testers? We will discuss it. So there are different types of hardness testers that are employed for the checking the hardness of your. So what are they? What are those hardness testers? Monsanto tester, Pfizer tester, Strong and Cobb tester, then again Eureka tester, Salinger tester. Okay, so remember hardness tester name: Pfizer tester, Monsanto tester, Slaveninger tester. Okay, rest of the tester. If you think about the Monsanto tester, if you think about the Pfizer tester, if you think about the Eureka tester, in all these testers there are two anvils. Okay, anvils means there are two surfaces. Okay, so in these testers one surface is fixed and one surface is moving. Okay, so tablet is broken by only one moving surface in case of your Monsanto tester, your Pfizer tester, your Eureka tester, your Strong and Cobb tester. But now again, fourth question will be covered here. Okay, so in case of Salinger tester, two anvils will come together to break the tablet. Okay, in case of your Salinger tester, two mechanical anvils, two mechanical surfaces will come together to break the tablet. Okay, it is only available in the your Salinger tester. Okay, so this question was already, I think, asked in the GPAT, and you should remember there are two moving anvils in the Salinger tester. In case of that tester, there are two moving anvils, but as compared to other tester will have only one moving anvil. Okay, remember this. Is that clear? In case of hardness, you have to cover at least 4 or 5 questions. Again, in case of hardness, what is the standard limit for hardness? So normal, if it is a normal tablet, it should be have hardness of 3 to 5 kilogram. It should have hardness of 3 to 5 kilogram if it is a normal tablet, normal compressed tablet. The hardness is expressed or it is recorded in the kilogram. Again, hardness, you should know, it is known as a crushing strength. Okay, so at least 3 or 5 questions are covered. Now we will take next question. Next question is correct statement about friability test of tablets. What is the correct statement about the friability test of tablet? And your options are: sample, option A, sample is subjected to 100 rotations in the 4 minute. Option B, speed of the friability apparatus is 25 rpm. Option C, limit of the test is 0.5 to 1%. Option D, all of the above. So in this friability question, your answer is option D, all of the above. So you should know each and everything about the friability. Okay, so what do you mean by friability? What is the friability test apparatus? What is the limit for friability? You should know each and everything about the friability. Okay, I will explain. I will revise your friability test. Okay, so friability test is known as a drop test or abrasion test. It is also known as a drop test or abrasion test. Remember, friability test is also known as a drop test or abrasion test. Okay, it is a property of tablet related to its hardness only. Okay, why we are checking the friability? Because it is the ability to withstand the abrasion in the packaging. If you compressed the tablet and if you are ready the tablet, but if it is a very friable, that means it will lose the weight, it will lose the powder, it will lose the medicament, and the dose, the desired dose will be reduced. So you are not getting the proper dose if the tablet is very friable. Okay, so it is a ability to withstand the abrasion in the packing, handling and shipping. Okay, that is the inference of tablet friability. It is also known as attrition resistant test. Okay, this test is known as a drop test or abrasion test or attrition resistance test. That is the friability test. Few tests are official in the pharmacopoeia and few tests are not official in the pharmacopoeia. So we'll take what are the official tests for evaluation of the tablet. Okay, so official test and non-official test. So first of all, non-official tests. What are the non-official tests for tablets? So general appearance, organoleptic properties, size, shape, then hardness and friability. These are unofficial tests. Okay, These are not official tests. These are unofficial. So hardness and friability are unofficial tests. What are the official tests? Like weight variation, content uniformity, then the dissolution, then disintegration. All these are the official tests. Okay. Friability and hardness are not official tests. Remember. So your at least 3 or 4 questions covered will be covered in this friability test. Okay. Then again, this friability test is done using a Roche type of fibrillator. Okay, and this Roche type of fibrillator, in that fibrillator you have to take a 20 tablets. Okay, you have to take a 20 tablet. So there is a limit of 25 rpm. There will be a revolution of drum like 25 rpm. That means 100 rotation will be there in a 4 minutes. Then in that drum, tablet will be dropped from 6 inches. Remember, tablet will be dropped from 6 inches, and after this 100 rotation you have to take the tablet and reweigh the tablet. Okay, and the tablet should not lose the weight more than 1%. Okay, so what is the limit for friability? 0.5 to 1%. That is the limit for friability. Okay, is that clear? Everything about the friability. Now we will take a next question. What is the next question? Next question is, which one is not a type of tablet tooling in the tablet manufacturing? Okay, so your options are B tooling, option B BB tooling, option C D tooling, D tooling, option E B tooling. Okay, so which one is not a type of tablet tooling employed for tablet manufacturing? Okay, so you should know here what is tablet tooling. So there are different tablets tooling. There are different tablet manufacturing instrument be in the tablet tooling. Okay, so dies, then punches, upper punch, lower punch, their dimension. Okay, so size of tablet is decided by the type of tooling. Remember, size of tablet is decided by the type of tooling. So dimensions of punch, length, their diameter, their okay, so etc. So tablet size will be decided by the tooling. Okay, so in this case, which is a not of tablet tooling, that means here option D is the correct answer, because DD tooling is not available. Okay, so what type of different toolings? There is a B tooling, there is a D tooling, there is a BB tooling, there is a DB tooling. Okay, first one is a D tooling, then B tooling, then DB tooling, and BB tooling. Okay, so there is no DD tooling. So in this case now, which tablet tooling is applied for what kind of tablet? Okay, कौन सी टैबलेट टूलिंग कौन से टैबलेट के लिए यूज करना है, और कौन से टैबलेट टूलिंग में सबसे बड़े साइज की टैबलेट मिलती है, एंड सब कौन से टैबलेट में सबसे स्मॉल साइज की टैबलेट मिलती है, ये हम देखेंगे. ओके, सो लार्ज टैबलेट विल बी ऑब्टेन फ्रॉम डी टाइप ऑफ टूलिंग, बिकॉज डी टाइप ऑफ टूलिंग विल हैव a high diameter of your punch. Diameter of your punch will be high in case of D tooling. So largest tablet is obtained from D tooling. Largest tablet is obtained from D tooling. Then medium tablet is obtained from BB tooling, and smallest tablet is obtained from BB tooling. Remember, largest tablet is obtained from D tooling and smallest tablet is obtained from BB tooling. Okay, so there are B tooling, D tooling, DB tooling, BB tooling, not DD tooling. So in this case, your correct answer is DD tooling. Okay, because they are asking in the question which is not a type of tablet tooling. Okay, so option A, B, C, option E, they are a type of tablet tooling. Okay, but option D is not a tablet tooling. And remember, largest tablet is obtained from D tooling and smallest tablet is obtained from BB tooling. And again, which tablet tooling is routinely used? Okay, most of the tablets are compressed by DB tooling. That is DB tooling. That is option E. Okay, so here again your 3 questions are covered. Okay, now we'll take a next question. That is, largest tablet is obtained from which type of tooling? Again your options are B tooling, D tooling, DB tooling, and BB tooling. I think the answer of this question is already covered in the previous question. That is nothing but the answer is D tooling. Okay, so largest tablet is obtained from D tooling, D type of tooling, because this D type of tooling will have a highest diameter of your punch. Okay, diameter and length of your length is constant, but diameter of that punch will be higher. Okay, so D tooling having the punches which has a higher diameter. Okay, so you will get tablet of 25 by 25 mm. So is that clear? Largest tablet is obtained from D tooling. Now we will take next question. So what is next question? Tablet defect capping is defined as, and your options are: option A, complete or partial separation of top and bottom crowns of the tablet from the main body. Tablet defect capping is defined as the complete or partial removal of top and bottom crowns of the tablet from main body. Option B, separation of tablet into two or more distinct layers. Option C, removal of tablet material by punch. Option D, none of the above. So in this case, what is capping? Capping is a tablet defect. Okay, जब भी आप tablet compress करते हो उसमें various type of defects आते हैं, like capping, mottling, lamination, chipping, picking, sticking, etc., etc. There are a lot of tablet defects. Okay, and there are reasons behind each and every defect. So what is capping? So capping is defined as complete or partial separation of top or bottom crown of tablet from main body. Okay, so complete or partial separation of top or bottom crown from the tablet from main body, that is nothing but the capping. Okay, so in this case your answer is option A. But why there is a capping? Why capping occurs in the tablet while tablet punching? Why there is a capping? So if your granules, if your powder has a air entrapment, if there is a air entrapped in the granules, then capping will be occur. Okay, so capping defects occurs mainly due to the air entrapment. Okay, so here two questions are covered again. Okay, again separation of tablet into two distinct layer, that is nothing but the lamination, and removal of tablet material by punch, that is nothing but the picking. Okay, I will explain it again because next two questions are on the, that is lamination and picking. Okay, so we will discuss what are the different tablet defects. Okay, so capping is there, lamination is there, cracking is there, chipping is there, sticking is there, picking is there. And so what do you mean by capping? I have already discussed it: complete or partial removal of top or bottom crowns from the main body of tablet, that is nothing but the capping, and that is because of entrapment of air in the granules. Then again, what is lamination? Lamination is the separation of tablet into two or more distinct layers due to air entrapment in the granule of material. Okay, that is complete or partial separation of two layers, two distinct layers, that is nothing but the lamination. Now what is meant by chipping? Chipping means breaking of tablet edges. So if there is a defect in the punching, there will be a breaking of tablet edge, that is nothing but the chipping. Okay, now what do you mean by sticking? So sticking is the adherence, sticking is the adhesion of granule material to the die wall. If your die wall and wall cavity getting adhered, granule material if getting adhered or sticked to the die cavity, then we call it as sticking. And sticking is because of improper lubrication of dies and punches and die cavity. Inappropriate granulation, it may be because of excessive use of binder. Okay, so question 3 or 4 questions will be covered in this. Again, what do you mean by picking? Picking means removal of material from the surface of tablet. There is a adherence of tablet material to the surface of punch, that is nothing but the picking. That means while compressing the tablet, after compression, when punch will go up, you will find some material sticked or material adhered on the surface of punch, that is nothing but the picking. Okay, is that clear? There are various kind of defects: capping, lamination, chipping, sticking, then picking. Okay, I have explained everything. Okay, next question: tablet defect, lamination of tablet is dependent. So I think we have already covered this, that is separation of tablet in two or more distinct layer, that is nothing but the lamination. Okay, lamination क्या होता है? tablet में 2 या 3 लेयर में अलग अगर सेपरेट मिलता है आपको, तो उसको बोलते हैं lamination. Okay, for the correct answer for the question capping is option A. Correct answer for the question lamination is option B. And now next question: tablet defect picking is defined as. Okay, so your options again are same, and in this case your option C is the correct answer. Okay, removal of tablet material by punch or sticking of tablet material to the punch after compressing, that is nothing but the picking, and it is because of inappropriate lubrication of dies and punches, and again it may be because of excess use of binder. Okay, I'm not taking the remedy what is the remedy to overcome that defect, because if you take remedy then it will be very lengthy video. अगर हमने सब कुछ देख लिया, मतलब टैबलेट डिफेक्ट कैसे होता है, उसका क्यों होता है, रीजन क्या है, उसका रेमेडी भी क्या है, ये अगर देखेंगे तो वीडियो बहुत ही लंबा होने वाला है. गिविंग द इंफॉर्मेशन रिवॉल्विंग अराउंड द क्वेश्चन. ओके, सो ये 3-4 क्वेश्चन आपके कवर हो चुके हैं एक ही क्वेश्चन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, इफ द एंगल ऑफ रिपोज इज लेस देन 30 then granules are your options are free flowing, moderate flowing, poor flowing and passable. Okay, so here your correct answer is nothing but the free flowing, option A. So if the angle of repose of powder is less than 30, then granules are nothing but the free flowing. Okay, so what do you mean by angle of repose? What is the use of that angle of repose? Okay, angle of repose and its relation with the flow of powder. If a angle of repose of powder is less than 20, then you call it as a free flowing powder. Okay, if it is less than 20, that is a free flowing powder. Less than 20 or less than 30, if it is less than 30, you can call it as a good flowing powder. If angle of repose is between 30 to 40, then you can call it as a passable. Okay, passable flow characteristic of that powder. And if angle of repose is greater than 40, if angle of repose of powder is more than 40, then it is a poor type of flow. Okay, so in few books there is a plus minus of 5 units, there is a plus minus of 5 in the values. Okay, so few book used to mention if powder flow is, if angle of repose of powder is less than 25, then it is a free flowing or excellent flow, or that means powder is non-cohesive. Okay, if the angle of repose of powder is between 25 to 30, then the flow of powder is good. Okay, and again it is a non-cohesive powder. If the angle of repose of powder is between 30 to 40, then it is a passable. Okay, then it is a passable. Again here powder becomes little bit cohesive. Okay, and if the angle of repose of powder is more than 40, then it is known as a very poor flow. Okay, in this case powder is very cohesive. Okay, so is that clear? If the powder has angle of repose less than 30, that means it is a good flow or free flow. Now next question, if the angle of repose of powder is more than 40, then the granules are free flowing, moderate flowing, poor flowing and passable. So obviously in this case it is a poor flowing. Okay, it is a poor flowing. So if angle of repose of powder or granules is less than 30, then it is a free flowing. If it is more than 40, it is a poor flowing. Okay, so in this case that 30 degrees Celsius angle of repose, your correct answer is option A. And in case of 40 degrees, more than 40 degrees, in that case your correct answer is option C. So you must be able to memorize all the charts. Like if angle of repose is less than 25, it is excellent flow and powder is non-cohesive. If angle of repose is between 25 30, it is known as good flow and again non-cohesive powder. If angle of repose is between 30 to 40, it is a passable flow and it is a cohesive powder. Okay, again if angle of repose is more than 40, it is known as a very poor flow and very cohesive powder. Okay, is that clear? So it was the today's 10 MCQs. Thank you for watching the video. And again these MCQs are compiled in these books. If anybody is interested in these books, my numbers are given on the screen. You can call me or you can WhatsApp me. And again I would like to request one thing. If you think the content of video is good, then please like it, share with your friends, सब्सक्राइब द चैनल एंड प्रेस द बेल आइकॉन. क्योंकि क्या होता है, वीडियो बनाने में बहुत ही टाइम लगता है और उसमें आपके लिए बहुत सारे टाइम लेके बहुत सारा कष्ट लेके वीडियो बनाते हैं. तो उसको प्लीज लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए अपने दोस्तों के साथ, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल आइकन को प्रेस कीजिए. ठीक है, वी विल क्विकली रिव्यू अबाउट द ऑल क्वेश्चन. हकल्स प्लॉट विल गिव यू आइडिया अबाउट द compression force and volume. Again crushing strength is known as a hardness. Then correct statement about the friability test, all of the above. Then which tablet doubling is not a tablet manufacturing tooling. Which type of tablet tooling? Which type of tablet tooling is not used in the manufacturing? And your options are in this case DD tooling is not a type of tablet tooling. Okay, A tooling, D tooling, B tooling, BB tooling, and DB tooling all are the tablet tooling type, but DD tooling is not. Okay, next question was largest tablet obtained from tablet tooling. Which tablet tooling? Tablet D type of tablet tooling. Okay, largest tablet is obtained from D tooling. Okay, not others. It is in this case your answer was option B. Next question was tablet defect capping. That is nothing but the complete or partial separation of top and bottom crowns from the tablet body itself. Okay, lamination means complete. Lamination means separation of tablet layer in two or distinct layer. Separation of tablet into two or more distinct layer. That is nothing but the lamination. Picking means what? There is a removal of tablet material by punch or sticking of tablet material to the upper or lower punch. That is nothing but the picking. Okay, then if angle of repose is less than 40, then granules are free flowing. If repose is less than 30, then granules or powder is nothing but the free flowing. Okay, then again if your angle of repose is more than 40, then powder flow is nothing but the poor flow. That is known as a poor flow. Okay, this was the today's 10 MCQs. Thank you very much for watching this.